Yo everyone, welcome back. We are here for some more practice. We are just getting some live practice this week before the game against the BYU Cougars. And all I can really say is that this team is ready to roll. I'm seeing something different in practice, both from the defense. The defense is really good. The offense, I'm not sure about. You know, we'll find out on the offense one way or the other. I think the offense is going to be good. I trust Coach Cook to make the adjustments needed to go ahead and get us to where we need to be. But the defense has been playing lights out, especially Byron Handy. I think he's primed for an amazing game. Just a huge game from him. And we're going to go ahead and get to some high school games today. We have some more commitments. But first, let's get to the games. And this one is Timpview versus Bingham High School. And this was a low-scoring affair, I have to say. I expected a little more out of it. And you can see Tyler Davis with some decent throws early on. Actually, some interesting throw power for him. Usually not his strongest suit. He's got some decent throws here. And he would actually end up throwing 17 for 25, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception in the game. Here is his blocker. That's Joseph Banks. He's having a pretty good season himself. Really good blocker there for Tyler Davis. Although Tyler would make some bad calls and really doesn't have the arm strength to get some of those passes down. Here's Ty Crease running with some speed and really should have had the touchdown there if it was a better throw. Ty Crease, another catch there. A little short as Bingham would come up short. Ty Crease, 3 receptions for 56 yards. Nick Larson had 3 tackles, not a big game for him. And Grant Fogelson for Timpview had 2 tackles, 1 for loss. Really an underwhelming game as Timpview did win 24-10. Really low scoring, not very exciting if I have to admit. I was hoping to see a little more. Tyler Davis showing a bunch of interest in us right now. Grant Fogelson, not so much. Nick Larson, we already know, has committed elsewhere. And Ty Crease on the fence has us probably 3rd, I believe. That's what I last saw, is that he's got us 3rd on his list. Okay, so where does that leave us? Well, Eddie Jong, do you remember from Pineview? Not a great game last week, although he did have that one exciting run. He is committing to us over Utah State. Not exactly a close battle there, as Eddie Jong really, in a landslide, picks us, and he's going to bring a bit of a receiving threat from the backfield that we haven't had yet. Excited for him. And then Timmy Van Wert, the lineman, committing to us over BYU. Another one that wasn't very close. And we'll go ahead and get to another high school game here. This is Christian Armstrong. I'm so excited for his future. Not really showing a bunch of interest in us right now. Christian Armstrong balled freaking out this game. 22 for 25, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 5 runs for 36 yards. Really his first game that he's played that's really looked like he could be the potential future, as Pineview finally played like they are the team to beat, as they should have been. Eddie Jong, kind of a quiet game for him. He only would get 5 rushes for 20 yards. Still, you know, despite that, it was really Christian Armstrong's coming out party, and I'm excited for Eddie Jong to join us, even though he had a bad stat line. Look at that throw deep down the field there. That's amazing. Wow. Wow from Christian Armstrong. Not a great game for West Jordan, actually, in this one, as they really underwhelmed. The Latu brothers didn't have the best of games each. Roa Latu would end up throwing 15 for 21 for 127 yards, but 2 interceptions. Did have 2 runs, or 17 runs for 62 yards, though. He really was getting it done on the ground. 2 touchdowns on the ground, actually. Not exactly a runner, but he can do it. Pele Latu, who just committed to us, our first commit of the season, nothing in this game. A big goose egg in the stat line. Really disappointed in him. And then for Pineview, who Christian Armstrong was really throwing to today, no surprise here, it's Javonte Jackson, who had 3 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. Really just a dominant performance from him. His brother Justin Jackson, the linebacker, getting 3 tackles on the day. Kind of quiet from him. And then after this game, Javonte Jackson went ahead and decided he was committing to, guess who? BYU, who we're playing next week. Picked them over Utah and Utah State. Wasn't exactly a close one here either, really. All the commitments this week were not close. Javonte Jackson, big lead for BYU. And look at the run from Eddie Jong there. Just a burst of speed, turning on the Jets, and then a nice hurdle over defenders. That was awesome. look a little more at the practice today before we go ahead and call it a day before BYU comes up later this week. I think we're getting a 1-day break in practice, I heard, a little rest day for the Olympia team. I did hear that the offense has decided to go ahead and still practice anyway, despite the rest that Coach Cook was going to give them. No defense, not going to be in any pads, just going to be straight running plays, really trying to get crisp on how we run these things. And Coach Cook is okay with it. He's going to go ahead and help him call some plays. He's got a few things up his sleeve that might actually make for a good day for Darius McIntyre. I'm excited for this team. I think they have a chance to really show up this season, despite two hurting losses against Power 5 schools. Really, you got to look at those in a vacuum and go, this team is still good. And I think we're going to potentially actually do well in the Mountain West, despite having a freshman at quarterback. I think this is the year we finally maybe win the Mountain Conference, or Division, sorry. I'm not expecting us to win the Mountain West as a whole, but I think we can make it to the championship game, and I think we can win against the rest of the division teams. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure to catch us against BYU. It's going to be a good game, and I can't wait to watch it. Have a great day.